Hi, everybody. You're going to be completing the DESSA for your students beginning, on Friday, on the PD day, the 15th. So we haven't done the DESSA this year, and so it'll be the first rating. So for some of us, it's been a year since we've done one, and for some of us who are new, you haven't done one at all. So I'm just going to walk you through the process so that when you're ready to go, you're ready to go. All right, so let's see. So you're going to first, you're going to log in at this site here, which I will include in the email that I sent to you. You put in your email address and your password. Mine is still there from last year. Yours might be too. If you don't know your password, you can do forgot password here and reset it. But I'm going to log in. When you log in, it'll look different from how it does for me because I have like admin rights or something. But I feel like you'll only see your school. I can see the 3 schools here. I'm going to go to Quash for now. You'll see the rating period right here, winter 2021. That's important because you want to make sure you're rating in the right period, but its default is to 2021. And then I don't remember if you see everybody. I feel like you'll just see your name when you come on here. I can see everybody. I'm going to pretend I'm Mary Stickley today, and I'm going to do some DESSAs with her students, and I'm going to use her students as the template to show you. I don't know these kids, so I'm going to be rating them not at all based on them, just so I can show you what it might look like for you. So if I was Mary, I would click on this arrow right here, and you open it up, and you see that there are several options here. So you have the Winter 21 DESSA Full. You have the Mini Form 1, 2, 3, and 4. Today, you're going to start by rating the DESSA Mini Form 1 for all of your students, okay? So I'm going to click on Start Rating, and I get my list over here. You can see the list of students in the class. They're all here. You start, the first one starts with Liam. So like I said, I'm going to rate some of these kids. You're going to rate all of your kids on the DESSA Mini, including remote, in person, doesn't matter if they're yours, you're rating them. You're going to answer these 8 questions for every child. And the way the criteria is during the past 4 weeks, how often did you see the child do whatever it is they're asking? You're going to, you're not looking to count data at this point, so it's not like to get frequently or occasionally, if there's a certain number, just go with what you think for that child. In the last 4 weeks, what have you seen? And so I'm going to just, like I said, I don't know these kids. I'm just going to make up a few so that I can show you what's going to happen next. So, all right, I clicked my 8 answers, and then down here you see complete and rate next student or complete and return to ratings list. I'm going to click complete next student. And again, I'm going to go to the next student, Tyler, and I'm going to answer questions about him. Actually, hold on. Here, let's say, and then again, complete and rate next student. And you'll see Crosby comes up. So now I'm going to do, I want to get results that show you what you could potentially have. So I've done Liam and Tyler, now Crosby, complete and rate next student. McKenna comes up. I'm not going to actually do her right now, but you would do everyone. You'll see when you finish everyone at the bottom, generate classroom or group profile report. When you've finished the mini 1 on all of your students, you'll click that button. And you'll see the report takes a few minutes to generate, but once it's completed, it will be in the report vault. So now you X out of the rating, and you're going to go to Results, Report Vault. And you can see Mary Stickley, Winter 21, DESSA Mini Form 1. The report is here. You download it, and it comes into a PDF so you can see the results of your kids. All right, so I should have done 4. There's 3 on here. 2 of them fall into the red, 1 is in the green. The way the colors work, if your student falls into the red, they're below 40, and that is an area of concern. That's a student in need of intervention. If your student falls between 40 and I think it's 60, then they're blue, and that's average. That's where we would expect kids to be. And then if they're in the green, I think it's 60 or above. It might be 70 or above. I can't remember. If they're in the green, then these competencies are a real strength for this student. So you can see what your scores are for your students. Any student for whom the score comes out in the red, you're going to do a full DESSA on. The full DESSA is longer, and so it's 72 questions, so it takes longer to complete. So you're not going to do it on your whole class. You could, but you don't have to. But you are going to do it for any student in the red, and then any other student that you have concerns about. So you go back to ratings, you go back to Mary Stickley. Again, I think you'll only see yourselves there. And you can see I did 3 out of 12 of my minis. You would do all 12. And because this chart showed me I have 2 kids in the red, I'm going to do full DESSAs on those students. So that's the top one, full. You start rating. Now remember how we did everyone for the mini. You're only going to do the students that you choose. Either they're in the red or you have a concern that you want to follow up with, and you're going to do the DESSA full on them. This one, the DESSA mini takes about a minute per kid. The 72 question form, the full, takes, when we've done it in past years, it's taken anywhere from 3 to 7 minutes to do a full. So right now, while we're kind of talking, I'm going to just click a bunch of buttons so that I can finish one, and then I can show you how the report plays out. I should probably make it challenging so you can see where there's areas of deficit and how you can navigate those. Oops. You do have to answer every question. So if you haven't witnessed it, you would just say never. Even if you know they do it, but you haven't seen it in the last 4 weeks, you can click never. It doesn't mean that they never do it. It means you have not seen it in the last 4 weeks. So again, like I said, I'm just making all these up, but I'm hoping that it'll generate a report that will illustrate what you're going to be looking at when you finish. So when I say go quickly, don't go as quickly as I am because I'm not reading them. But it does, those of you who did it last year, you do sort of move through it pretty rapidly. You might get stuck on 1 or 2. Don't let the process of the full DESSA go beyond 10 minutes because it's not designed for that. And you could also lose your work. We did see that happen last year. So you want to set a timer, I would, for 10 minutes or a stopwatch or something so that it clicks. It lets you know when you're getting close. I would set it for like 9 so I know when I have a minute left. Okay, so I completed this for this one student, for Liam, and I'm going to complete and rate next student. And you can see that the next student is Tyler. But I don't want to do a full DESSA on Tyler because Tyler came out green. So instead of doing Tyler, I'm going to click down to Crosby, who I do want to do one on. And then I'm going to do a complete DESSA on him. Let's say, Jackson is another one that I'm going to do one on. You don't have to go through all of these kids. You can just click right on Jackson and you'll see it's happening there. Okay, so now I've done one full DESSA. Imagine usually people have done anywhere from 1 to 5 full DESSAs for their class, depending on what grade level you're in your class in general. But I'm just going to do one for time. And again, I generate that report. So I've generated it. It's being created. I X out of the ratings and I go up to results to the report vault. And you can see Mary Stickley, who I'm playing the part of Mary Stickley today. She has better hair than I do. Her DESSA full is right here, and I'm going to download it. And the reason I'm doing that is so that you can see what the report's going to look like. So now this is a report just on this student, Liam. If I had done other students, they would fall down here. But it breaks down Liam's areas of concern into competencies. So you can see that he scored in the blue here and here. So his PR is personal responsibility. OT, optimistic thinking. GB, you can see the key up there, goal-directed behavior. These are all areas that he fell into the average range. But this decision-making, relationship skills, self-awareness, and self-management are all areas of concern in this fake evaluation that I did, because again, this is not real for this particular child. So I know these are areas of concern for him. So what do I do? You don't need to do this on Friday, but what you would do as a teacher is you would take a look at the areas of concern, decision-making, relationship skills, and you would go into strategies back here. And you can see that the strategies align with those competencies here. So let's say either this student or a bunch of students in my class, because I've done a few DESSAs, fulls, and there's a few kids here that are all struggling. I might look at relationship skills. And in relationship skills, there are universal activities you can do to support relationship skills with everyone in your class. There are small group skills you can do, table talk for small groups, where you might have 3 or 4 kids who all really struggle with this competency, and you might take a small group and do it that way, a Zoom breakout room, whatever. And then individual, these are ways that you might work one-on-one with a student on this competency. So that is how it works. As I said, oops, let me go back to you will be doing this on Friday, different times of the day. On the professional development day, there will be a Zoom room. I'll send it in the email as well, where I'll be while you're doing the DESSA. If you run into any issues, you can jump into the Zoom room and I'll be there to help and support. And so will, I think, Jamie Curley and Susie Brooks and Lindsay Kett, I think, as well. I'm not 100% on Lindsay. So, but ultimately, when you have completed 12 out of 12 minis, which, or however many you have, students out of 12, you finish those, and then however many DESSAs you need to do, your full DESSAs, that's it, you're done. This is a longer video than I would like, but I think you'll find that it's the process itself is going to go much faster than you think it will. Any questions, please reach out, but otherwise I will see you all soon, I hope. But like I said, I'll be in that Zoom room on Friday, the 15th, in case you need help. All right, thanks very much.